It's the 22nd of August and I'm Tom Glasson. Welcome to The Roast. Tonight, we're taking a look back at the week that was. A week that began with solid relations between Australia and China, and after a couple of choice soundbites from the Palmer United Party, may end with us going head-to-head with the world's largest military. Lucky our new planes are shit hot. Well, that's half right. In fact, here's Mark Humphries with a recap of Palmer's Q&A appearance.
Q&A, that show you watch when you don't feel like going to bed, featured an all-star panel last night. And no matter what side of politics you're on, there was someone for you to hate on.
Warren Truss, Penny Wong, Clive Palmer.
Clive Palmer there, sadly still the closest thing Australian politics has to the Fonz. As for Deputy Prime Minister Warren Truss, there weren't many Qs or As, but a lot of FUs.
I have to say, this government seems to be making an art form out of cruelty to the unemployed. Are you worried that the measures you've tried to put in place are actually doomed?
I don't want to upset Warren tonight too much, but you already have.
On the outside he's laughing, but on the inside he's thinking, if you block my budget again, I'll run you over with my tractor. But to be fair to Warren Truss, the Labor opposition didn't come off well either.
What would you do to bring the budget back into surplus quickly?
Well, we are not in government.
Whoa, you've sold me!
Vote Labor. We're not in government.
Fortunately, there's someone with lots of ideas about how to fix the budget. Unfortunately, that someone is Clive Palmer.
We can scrap paid parental leave, that'll give us $20 billion. We can change the NBN. We can buy our submarines overseas that work instead of build ones here that don't.
Yeah, let's buy vessels that work, says the man building a Titanic. But Clive's also got ideas beyond the budget.
But what we need in our society is more love and compassion.
Right on, let's see some of Clive's love and compassion.
And I don't mind standing up against the Chinese bastards and stopping from doing it.
Hurry, Tony, Clive's losing it. Cut to Katie Noonan.
And we've had 3 judgments against these Chinese mongrels. I'm saying that's because they're communists, because they shoot their own people, they haven't got a justice system, and they want to take over this country. And we're not going to let them do it.
The Chinese are taking over this country, are they, Clive? You must have heard about that coal mine in Australia that's putting China first.
Clive Palmer gets green light for China First coal mine.
And if you think that's scary, Clive, wait till you hear about this one Chinese guy who came over to Australia and is now in the federal Senate. Clive's whole blow-up came following questions relating to allegations that Palmer funneled $12 million of a Chinese company's money into his election campaign. If so, he certainly got his money's worth from his campaign videos.
Too many lies by too many spin doctors, too much waste, too much bull. Throw out Tony Gillard and Julia Abbott.
Well, it paid off. That was definitely the last we heard of Tony Gillard and Julia Abbott. As for Tony Jones, his questions about the case led to this response from Clive.
I'm not going to answer questions that you put in my mouth, my friend.
Clive's not going to answer questions. Good thing he's on a show called Questions and Answers. For The Roast, I'm Mark Humphries.
Thank you, pre-recorded Mark. Imagine if I was pre-recorded. Nah, it'd never happen though. It'd be like I was trapped in the television forever. Well, moving right along is exactly what the New South Wales government is asking elderly public housing residents at Sydney's Millers Point to do. And I'm going to take the fact that Death announced the news in our Killing Us This Week segment as a really bad sign. Honestly, I wish that guy'd stopped coming around here. He's got such a bad vibe. So, Death, what's killing us this week?
Relocation.
Yes, relocation. According to documents obtained under Freedom of Information laws, the New South Wales government will push ahead with plans to relocate elderly people from public housing in Sydney's Millers Point, despite warnings it could cause negative health impacts and potentially death.
Tom, I've read every single page of the government's report into this move, and I don't recall seeing any such warning.
Well, that's probably because the findings were concealed until after the decision was announced in March, and the official report was altered to downplay the potentially deadly effect of the public housing sell-off.
Right. Well, that must be what this section was about. I just thought it was some sort of postmodern bullshit. But I'm sure the government had a perfectly good reason for doing that.
Oh, they certainly did. They were concerned about using the word death in the final report.
And so they should be. No one wants to read about death, Tom. You know they had to conceal and alter the original ending of To Kill a Mockingbird because readers couldn't handle it when a real mockingbird actually died at the end. Also Scout.
But why kick these old people out of their homes in the first place?
Well, Tom, let me be clear. Our decision has nothing to do with the fact that these are several hundred centrally located waterfront properties with multi-million-dollar sweeping views that are so close to the harbour, just walking upstairs is basically doing a bridge climb.
Sorry, hang on. Our decision?
Oh, yes, Tom, I'm here as a representative of Big Views. And you remember our motto?
Big views. Get the out of our way, old man.
And to get those views, we did consider several other options. You know, spinning the elderly around a bit to disorientate them, changing the numbers on their houses, even hiring a creepy old man to stand on the corner and go, "You live in this street? Oh, nobody's lived in these parts for nigh on 50 years. But someone didn't want to do it.
It was just a dick move.
So in the end, we just decided booting them out was the best option.
Surely the best option was following the advice of the experts, that older people with long-standing ties to the area be allowed to live out their life in Millers Point. So, you know, seems like a good idea.
Yeah, sure it does, Tom. If you're poor and elderly or not a property developer. No, it had to happen now because they're old. If we don't get rid of them soon, they might die there, haunt the houses, and then we'll never get to use their views. Is that what you want, Tom? No views?
So to stop them from dying, you want to move them and potentially kill them?
Tom, it's like when greengrocers move the old rotten fruit into the bin. You don't do it because you hate the old fruit. You do it because you need to make way for the younger, richer fruit. Fruit that will drive up fruit bowl prices. Fruit that will bring all their rich fruit friends to town and spend heaps of their fruit money in the brand new Harborside Casino, Baranga Fruit.
Yeah, you got a little caught up in the metaphor there, didn't you?
Yeah, I think my body's trying to tell me something.
Yeah, that you need to eat more fresh fruit or you won't make it to old age.
Oh no, Tom. I won't live long enough to be kicked out of my own home.
Oh yeah, what are you going to do to make sure that doesn't happen? Nick? Nah, he's dead again. So that's why what's killing us this week is...
Relocation. Also not eating enough fresh fruit.
Fascinating stuff. As for me, I plan to die of unnatural causes. Back in a mo.
Which unnatural causes would you like to die of? Is it from too much popularity because you chucked a bucket of ice water in the name of avoiding charity? Jazz Twemlow has more.
Welcome to the Shitegeist, where we look at the news the internet accidentally made important. Tonight we turn our shite gaze to the Ice Bucket Challenge, a viral social media campaign where nominated people film themselves pouring a bucket of ice water over their head to raise money to fight ALS, a fatal motor neurone disease. For anyone not nominated, please still feel free to donate money to charity, even if Jimmy Fallon and The Roots didn't personally ask you to.
And I'd like to nominate the New York Jets to do this.
The campaign invites people to either donate $100 to charity or post a video of yourself pouring water over your head and just donate $10, because the 5 seconds of discomfort you experience before getting a towel apparently equates to $90 worth of medical research. In 2 months, the Ice Bucket Challenge has been mentioned 2.2 million times on Twitter and 15 million times on Facebook, making it the most popular thing on social media since photos of your own face. It's definitely proven more social media friendly than other charity challenges could hope to be.
I've just completed the 40-hour famine, so I nominate Alex. Oh, yeah. I nominate Alex.
Oh, that. I'll do the bucket thing.
Yeah, that. No one's going to click like on a 40-hour video. Now, the craze has taken off, which is great for the ALS Association, but some people are arguing that the videos are more about drawing attention to yourself rather than motivating people watching to donate. I don't know where they get that idea from. Lady Gaga there doing her bit to end the scourge of weird people being dry. Never one to miss an opportunity to expose his boy nipples, teenage heart knob Justin Bieber failed to mention the actual disease, but did manage to name drop his celebrity friend Ellen DeGeneres. That'll teach the fatal motor neuron disease ALS for not having its own chat show. He also nominated Barack Obama, who I'm sure can take out time from managing the mayhem in Ferguson to answer the request of a wet kid. And where to from here? What are other charities going to have to do to stand out? How long until YouTube is awash with videos of people growing out their toenails for cryptogenic hepatitis, or until our Facebook feeds are filled with celebrities eating ants for AIDS? Because while giving money to charity is great, getting temporarily wet online for less charity, not something you should be congratulating yourself for. I'm Jazz Twemlow, and that was the Shitegeist.
Now, if you're like my uncle, you probably want to know how you could further the divide between yourself and people who you think are different from you. Well, good news, there is a way, and it's mandatory. It's Team Australia, you're standing in it.
In the coming months, you may notice some changes to our great country.
Cultures.
The government is streamlining hundreds of different cultural identities and bringing everyone under a single, less confusing banner. It's called Team Australia. And there's a few things you need to know to be prepared.
Flags.
A number of obsolete flags are being phased out, so please ensure you only fly regulation flags from now on. These include... Stop! Just that one.
Travel.
If you transferred here from another team, especially teams from this region, you should avoid going there again. No need to travel to see your family. Team Australia is your family now.
Team management.
And remember, Team Australia will only succeed if everyone always listens to the team management. But if you don't want to be part of Team Australia, there's an easy opt-out system. Just report to your local ASIO officer. He's working undercover at your place of worship. The application deadline is fast approaching, so sign up today. Team Australia. It's mandatory. Demanded by your teammates and the Australian Government, Canberra.
Yeah, I for one love being part of a team, especially for online games. And every Friday night, me and my buddies get together and smash noobs on CounterStrike. In fact, we're just starting now, so good night. Hey guys, you there? Red one is here. Okay, I'm going in. Ah, I died. Okay, I'm respawning. Guys, cover me, okay? I'm going. No, I died. Okay, respawning. Did I die? No, I'm still. No, I died now. Okay. It's hard. Okay, I'm going. Guys, you actually meant to cover me, not shoot me. That's the. Oh, they were shooting me because it was friendly fire. that's a good one. Friends of mine. Respawn.